Hey everybody, my name is Jake Brown from General RV and welcome to our virtual showroom. Let's take a look at some of the features of this gorgeous RV.
Hello, I'm Tom Bennett, luxury motorhome specialist here at General RV in Tampa, Florida. And today we're going to be taking a look at the all-new 30th year anniversary of the American Eagle. And this is a 2021 American Eagle 45K, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to show it to you. There's a lot to talk about, every feature that you can imagine. Let's get started. So, the first thing that makes American Coach special is the Liberty Bridge Foundation. Industry standard for an RV, even in this category, is to take a normal chassis with C-channel rails and weld in additional bracing, some cross members before they start to build the home on top of this motorhome. What American Coach does differently is their custom engineered, fully integrated Liberty Bridge Foundation. It utilizes I-beams instead of C-channel rails, which are 30% stronger, and it has these rails from front to back of the RV, providing the most rigidity and strength of any chassis on the market today. It utilizes custom Freightliner components such as an independent front suspension system that's 17,000 pound rated, a V-Ride rear suspension axle, which has a 5-inch thick transverse beam that are crimped and welded to the frame there. That's going to give 40% more stability as you go down the road, and then a 14,000 pound steerable tag axle. Now, when you combine the independent front suspension with the steerable tag axle, you get what's called a B-Series UltraSteer chassis. So a coach even this size at 45 feet is going to be nimble, easy to maneuver, and comfortable to drive anywhere you decide to take it. So let's take a look at the RV itself. The paint job you see here is the Napa Valley optioned paint job. Now, with an Eagles paint job, they go a few steps further with additional layers of paint. They cut and buff the RV, more layers of paint, more layers of clear coat with an additional cut and buff after that. So what you have here is a paint job that will retain its beauty for years and years to come without ever losing its shine. You've got Girard style awnings from front to back of this 45-foot RV, so you have plenty of awning space right there. And something I like as part of the paint job here is in your window, you can see how the paint is textured through that as well. So there's no stops to the beautiful look that this RV has. Let's take a look underneath. Now, part of that Liberty Bridge gives you an extra bit of height in your pass-through storage. I'm going to open both of these up so you can take a look. But both of these bays have motorized slide-out trays that will go in and out of either side. You've got lots and lots of height, and underneath your trays here, you have a fiberglass bottom. So a lot of RVs, even in this category, will have carpet or vinyl built in here. This Citadel fiberglass is steel framed underneath. It's easy to clean, mold, mildew resistant, so you can know that everything underneath the RV is going to retain its quality as well. You have an outside entertainment center that will come out and turn either way, and actually behind this you have a built-in Bose soundbar, so you can listen to music out here and enjoy being outside the RV just as much as being inside of it. Here you see the hydraulic reservoir that acts to move your slides. This has hydraulic slides and your hydraulic leveling system. It's on a slide out tray, so for maintenance or monitoring your levels, it's going to be very easy to do. So this RV itself has the battery upgrade, which replaces either standard or AGM batteries with 8 lithium batteries. These batteries last longer than any other batteries out there, so you have an exorbitant amount of electric power for your RV at all times. And we'll dive a little bit more into the electric system once we get inside. Here, more of a maintenance bay here, but you have your automatic transfer switch, your solar charge controller, as well as your battery control center. So if you ever need to maintain anything on the RV, it's going to be very easy to get to. One thing I will notice while we're right here is that every one of your lines has its own custom labeling. So as you're monitoring the RV or providing service for it, it's going to be very easy to know what it is you're doing. course, we have our tires here. It's important to note that this is a 315 tire. The bigger your tires are, the more of a buffer you have between yourself and the road. So biggest tires out there, most comfortable ride you can get. Here you have your 2 starting chassis batteries, as well as your diesel exhaust fluid system here on the right. Now you also have individual disconnects for your battery system as well. So if you do plan to leave the RV for a little bit, you can be safe in knowing that you're not going to be draining your batteries as you do so. Now, part of having this chassis with the biggest engine out there, a 605 horsepower, 15-liter Cummins diesel engine with your 4000 series transmission, is that you have the ability to tow anything you want. You have a 20,000 pound hitch rating on this vehicle. So whether you have a large trailer or even a small car, you can drive through the mountains in cruise control and not have to worry about a thing. You also have a side-mounted radiator. So a side-mounted radiator like this, it's a bigger radiator, which means more cooling power to keep your engine running the way that it should, and also better access for getting to your engine compartment and anything you need to maintain within that area. From here you can see your exit door. I think it's important to note that that exit door will come down so you can safely exit the vehicle. It's not a window you jump out of or anything like that. It'll be a nice comfortable exit if it's ever needed. Also here you have a driver side fill for your diesel exhaust fluid system. A lot of these are mounted on the passenger side. It can be a bit of a pain if you're in a truck stop filling up. This extra piece right here is just going to make filling things up more convenient. Okay, moving towards the back, here you have your wet bay. Now what's really nice about this is you have both your electric and your water on power electric reels and right here in your bay. So as soon as you come out to set your RV up or hook up to your campsite, this is really the only place you need to come. Right here they both have their own individual outputs, so this door can stay closed. A whole house water filtration system, so all the water coming into the RV to go to the water tank or directly to your sink shower, it's going to be filtered water. You have a 105-gallon freshwater tank. So this isn't something you have to hook up every other day. You have the capacities in mind when they custom engineer this chassis to allow you to have long-term use. Also, you have an outside shower, black tank flush, and a gray tank flush. And then you have a built-in macerator system. So it makes dumping your tanks out when you need to just that much easier. Also, everything is laid out pretty nice here. They're all separated in a good spot. You have the controller for your macerator, as well as an outside tank leveling system. So that's a little touchscreen panel, and you can see exactly where your tanks are at right from out here, so you don't have to walk all the way back inside. Oh, and right here, a little spot for paper towels, as well as a soap dispenser that they just add to your bay here. Okay. Here you have your Aqua Hot hydronic heating system. Now there are a few different sizes of an Aqua Hot system, the 250, 400, 450, and then what you see here in the 600D Aqua Hot system. Now, what having this system does for you is it gives you bigger capacities and more heating power. So you will truly never run out of hot water. In addition to that, when you go to this size, it has 2 electric heating elements built into the RV. So if you're hooked up to shore power somewhere, you have enough heating power to maintain that tankless water heater system and the heating for the inside of the RV without ever having to supplement that power with diesel. It's efficient, it's reliable, and it's the most comfortable way to heat your RV in cold weather that's out there. It really makes this RV a 4 seasons, fully capable RV. Here you have an additional storage bay. You have the Aqua Hot system built in right there, and then also your central vacuum system. So every little bit of storage counts when you stay long term in an RV like this. I'd also like to point out that as part of the Liberty chassis, they center mount the fuel tank. Most fuel tanks on Freightliner or Spartan chassis that are standard, like what you see with nearly everything else, will have your fuel tank right up here in the front. Now that's a heavy fuel tank, 150 gallons. And whether your tank is full or close to empty, you can feel a bit of a different ride. by mounting the fuel tank in the center of the RV, it gives you a more consistent, more comfortable ride as you take this RV wherever you'd like to. So from here, of course, it's the other side of our storage area where you have the ability to put these motorized slide out trays out on either side. Whatever you put down here, it's going to be easy to get to. I'd like to also point out while we're here, the slide system. You know, a lot of slides will have a seam that goes over the side there, and it creates a bit of a distortion in the paint job. What you see here is fully seamless. So that hydraulic slide, being that it lifts up and comes in like this, allows them to have a completely seamless setup. When you have a beautiful 45-foot paint job like this, it makes sense to keep it as smooth as possible. And how they do that with the slide, as well as their window system, really adds an extra layer of value to this RV. Now, something I really liked about this 30th anniversary redesign is what they did with your front cap. So if we can take a look right here. It's a completely redesigned front cap that has bus style mirrors, top mounted windshield wipers, and a redesigned front grille here. Now, this entire front grille comes out on your slide out tray. Actually, I'm going to show you how that works. If you ever need to access your generator, which is a 12,500 watt Cummins Onan generator, you can just push this button and bring it right out. This generator frame is welded right to the Liberty foundation of the coach, so you can even stand on that generator if you'd like and clean things up here or anything else you'd need. That 12.5 generator is the biggest one that you can put in an RV, so having that extra power there, you can run everything in the RV and more. So the outside of the RV looks great. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. Wow. First thing you notice when you walk in here is the exceptional Decor package, but before we get to all that, I'd like to focus on some of the driver convenience things up front. Now, the door that you have here, with the American Eagle, they add an airlock system. So there's a little switch right here, and if you flip that, you can hear the air tighten that door in. It's one more thing to prevent any noise from getting into the RV, not to mention water or anything else, but just an added feature that you get with an American Eagle. Now, in your driver cab area here, you have an automotive experience, to say the least. Well, the seat is definitely comfortable, and this is a heated and cooled massage chair that you have here for your driver's seat. So going down the road, long road trip, it's going to be very, very comfortable, to say the least. Now, what you have here is a custom Freightliner option in Drive Tech with OptiView for your digital dash. You have built-in tire pressure monitoring, you have your RPMs, transmission heat, miles per hour. Everything about the use of this RV's chassis is built right in there for you in a customizable and easy to see way. Also here on the right, you have two separate Excite information panels. Here you can look at the camera system, which has right, left, and rear cameras, as well as a 360-degree camera, something that I just feel is a really neat feature. The RV itself, you can see the RV as if from a top view. So as you're parking in a tight area or getting through anywhere you'd need to, you can see any obstacle that's around you on all four sides of the RV. It's a feature reserved for the American Coach Eagle that I think makes parking even easier. Also, these are customizable, so if I want the cameras on the left or right, I can do so and have the navigation, XM radio, wherever I'd like. You have adjustable steering pedals. I also want to talk about just the feeling of being in here. I don't seem to have to look for anything. Everything is right where it seems to need to be. With these bus style mirrors, I can see on both sides of the RV very easily. I know I've got the top mounted windshield wipers, which are more efficient, and you're not really fighting gravity to get them to work the right way. Also, your window in the front is mounted well, like a car windshield. So that automotive bonding they put on your front windshield. It's just an added layer of safety and convenience. You don't have to worry about wind noise or anything like that. Now you do have a built-in collision avoidance system with Mobileye. So you have lane departure notice. If a vehicle pulls in front of you abruptly, it'll alert you to know that. If you have the Drive Tech option in the American Eagle, you also have adaptive cruise control and Freightliner component collision mitigation as well. I also want to point out that this vehicle has Select Drive. So Select Drive is an adjustable steering assistance system that allows for you to customize your drive experience even more. So to give you an example of how this works, you go for a turn like this, your Select Drive will zero out your steering wheel and your tires for you. It's a convenience thing. If you're making a turn, you don't have to really fight the wheel at all, and you can adjust this for different levels of steering effort. So if you want to just comfortably have one hand on the wheel here, you don't have to worry about fighting the wind or anything like that. It's just a comfortable way to drive the vehicle. Another really interesting feature of the ride here on the American Eagle is that you have an adaptive air system. So as you're going down the road, your air leveling system will adapt to handle the angle of your RV so that it's upright. So even in difficult terrain, your RV is going to remain as stable and secure on the road as possible. Each of these features all work together to give you the very best drive experience in any diesel pusher on the market today. It's one that we love to take on test drives because it just performs excellently every single time. All right, so we've taken a good look at the motor part of the motorhome. Now let's take a look at the home. The first thing you notice as you walk into this RV is the beautiful decor. This decor is the Inspiration interior decor with the black walnut hydro dipped wood optioned as well. So beautiful woodwork. All of your cabinets here are custom closed there for you, so it's very smooth, very quiet, lots and lots of storage inside. And every cabinet is also lined with this material called ozite. So the nice thing about ozite is that it's very quiet. You touch things or you have things in your cabinets, they can tend to move around a little bit. And with the ozite, you have additional grip to keep them in place and also a buffer for sound that makes your driver experience that much better. Nice cabinets here above this area, and then around the front you have some deep cabinets as well. So right from the start of the RV, there's an exceptional amount of storage. Let's talk a bit about the floor plan. So this is sort of a front living floor plan in the 45K. You have these dual power reclining chairs right here. So you have an adjustable headrest as well as an adjustable footrest. Good storage on both sides and in the middle right there. A USB outlet and little lights built in there as well. Directly across from your smart TV here. Now this TV is built into a televator, so you can lower that down if you have more use for the window at that time. Underneath here, you have your couch. So a really nice, comfortable living area up here. If you have guests over or friends that stay with you, family members, it's going to be comfortable for you to enjoy this RV. Under here, there's also a sleeping area, so you can sleep 2 additional adults as well. And the furniture itself, the leather feels very nice. This is all Apex furniture, and I think they do an exceptional job of matching things to the Decor package. As you move back here, you have your kitchen. So what's really unique about this kitchen is this countertop area that's fixed. It kind of acts as a peninsula for your kitchen. This is all quartz. So of course industry standard is to have Corian or some sort of solid surface countertop. The quartz is tougher, stronger, it has a nice feel to it, and you don't have to worry about it getting scratched up or something like that. Some extra storage underneath, tons of counter space that goes all the way to the back. 2 separate power areas in pretty convenient spots, so you have plenty of outlets where you need them to be. You have cabinets up top that are very deep, on this side as well, and then a recessed induction cooktop here, so you get to have extra counter space when needed. I just want to point out how heavy this is. You know, you can feel a real difference between the real quartz like you have here and the Corian that most RVs have. Also down here at the bottom, you have a dishwasher. So I have to turn the inverter to get that to open up, but I like how they put the hydro dipped wood on the outside of the dishwasher as well. It keeps a uniformity to your Decor package in here. Another thing to note is that everything was done with matching things well in mind. Even your blinds, which you have motorized day and night shades throughout the RV, match the Valance Decor near perfectly. Also, by putting the day shade on the inside like that, if you bring those down, it's just going to retain this coach's beauty. Of course, right here you have your table and chairs. This table will pull out and there's 2 additional chairs that go with it. So if you have dinner for 4, it's going to be comfortable for you to do so, but stays the way it is when you need it to be. Some extra counter space in the back right there with another outlet that pops up. What's nice about the table and chair option as opposed to a dinette or U-shape is that you have all the extra storage behind. So storage underneath, nice drawers on both sides, and then extra counter space. So it really has a residential feel to how the RV is going to be used. Most people who invest in an RV like this aren't going to use it a weekend or 2 a year. They have a plan to spend a lot of time in the RV. And this floor plan up to this point is designed with that use in mind. You have an exceptional amount of storage. You have a floor plan that's conducive to having guests or just hanging out on your own. And you have a beautiful decor that gives you a real residential feel. Now outside, we talked a bit about the hydraulic system, but what that hydraulic system does for you the most is give you a seamless slide system on the inside. Of course, the hydraulic slides are more reliable, easy to work on, and they can be heavier slides. But the big thing that I like about it is what you see in your tile right here. Instead of having a carpet or vinyl overlay that comes out with the slide there, your tile matches the tile on the ground perfectly. They even do a great job here of cutting the tile to match that spot. So it's a truly seamless setup right there. While we're talking about floors, I'd like to mention that you have heated floors in the RV from front to back. And that's electric heating system as well. So dual zone, you can control it for time of day or really however you would like. From here, another big upgrade in the appliance package is that you have this Samsung 4-door fridge with the outside touchscreen panel here as well. So there's actually a camera in the refrigerator. If you're at the grocery store, you can take a look at what's in there and know exactly what you need to get, as well as leave little notes and play music, variety of things. But with an RV like this, why wouldn't you have the best there is? Also, with these 2 separate bays here, you get a ton of storage. That little guy out. So really, for a residential use like most people have in mind, this is going to be very comfortable. While we're right here, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the tech package that you have in the RV. Of course, you have the upgraded lithium battery system. You have the solar panel up on the roof. You have your auto gen start system. You have the built-in 2800 watt inverter that runs all your outlets, the refrigerator and other components as well. But you also have a smart control system here in your central panel that really does everything in the RV that you would need it to. You can take a look at your tank capacities, what type of power and how much of that power the RV is using for different things. You can control all of your blinds from right here. You know, one button to bring them all down. It's pretty convenient. Your lights, it has warnings for different things you need to keep an eye out for. Your slides, your awning systems. It's all right here. What's unique about the Eagle though, is this is fully internet integrated. So a lot of RVs will have phone control to them within a certain range, you know, say 100 feet or something like that, because it's done to a Bluetooth through a Bluetooth signal. This is fully integrated into the internet. So you can have your RV at Disney World and you can be in California and you can still make adjustments to your RV or see where those levels are at any point. So it's true integration with everything that makes the American Coach Eagle electronic system as easy to use as an RV can be. Moving towards the back here, I'd like to show you your half bath. Now here in the half bath, you have the same quartz that you have in the kitchen and elsewhere. You've got the same hydro dipped wood, a good amount of vanity space, some extra storage in here. So if you have guests or just use it in passing, it's going to be nice and easy for you to work with. And across from there, one thing I did forget to show you here is another pantry area. So of course with an RV, every bit of storage counts. Here you have these nice wood pull-out drawers from top to bottom. Okay, so moving back from here into your bedroom living area where you spend a lot of time on an RV. First thing you notice, a king-size residential bed that's adjustable. You've got a great amount of storage on top of the bed here. So this goes all the way back. So every little bit counts with storage again. Up underneath here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's two features that I'd like to point out. One of which is you have a built-in CPAP hideaway spot there. So if you have a CPAP, you have a plug for it and a way to drop that right down. It saves you space on the side of the bed and it makes having a CPAP machine, if you use one, very easy to do. Also, you have another touchscreen panel that ties into your electric system for the RV. So right here from your bed, you can reach right up and turn all the lights off, turn the lights on, put the blinds up or down, or anything else in a very convenient way. Across from the bed, you have some storage. So you have 9 very large drawers right here. Great storage. They're the same soft close as the rest of the RV. And then 2 good sized cabinets, one on either side. A few more drawers right here, and there's a little bit of hidden storage back here. So behind your TV, you have an extra bit of storage here as well as a built-in safe. All right, now one of my favorite parts of this floor plan has got to be your rear bath because it gives you the space, comfort, and residential feel that you probably feel at home as well. Let's take a look. First thing you notice walking in is your dual vanities. Now this is the same quartz that you have in the rest of the RV. You have very large sinks here and modern decor in your sink hardware as well. You know, good amount of vanity space, place to put things right there. Of course, these pop open and you have a great amount of cabinet space in there too. Great storage underneath. Of course, a polished porcelain pot right there. And you have your drop-down exit door right here behind. Now, they really did a great job with this because these steps that you'd use to exit the RV are also additional storage when not in use. You know, this is not something you're going to bring down regularly. But when it's not being used like that, you still have all of this extra space to keep things, and that's all very good. Now your shower. On this floor plan, it's a huge benefit here. You have these big quartz pieces on all 3 sides of the RV. You have the drain there at the bottom where it's also tiled in well as well, and that's the long drain, so just another luxury feature of the RV. You've got the raindrop shower head as well as a handheld right there and a nice grab bar that's built in. Also some storage here on the closer side and a fold-up seat. So there when you need it and not when you don't. That seat is a nice little benefit. Moving towards the back, extra storage with these 2 nice sized cabinets, and then you have a stackable washer dryer. Now these are Samsung branded stackable washer dryer here, so it's the best one they make for an RV and very residential in feel. And then behind that, it keeps going because you have a full closet. Now this hanging closet space goes from one side of the RV all the way to the other. You have some extra storage on both sides and it's lined in cedar. So that cedar lining gives it a nice aroma. and just an exceptional amount of space. For folks interested in an RV floor plan that has versatility in how it's going to be used, such as more comfort in the living area, an excellent amount of space in the kitchen, and then residential living features like you see back here, this floor plan was designed with that in mind. No feature is left out, no expense spared in building this RV. It's true luxury on the best riding chassis that you can possibly get. The only truly custom chassis that's out there. It's an RV we're all very happy to test drive. We love showing to you. I can't tell you how excited I am to tell you about it. Now, if you want more information about this RV, maybe something more specific, information on pricing, custom orders or anything like that, give me a call. The best number to reach me is my cell. That's 561-348-4231. Or you can send me an email. That's tbennett, TBENNETT @generalrv.com. I would love to tell you more about this RV or the many more we have just like it. Thanks again for watching.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure you go to generalrv.com/virtual showroom to check out thousands of our RVs, motorhomes, travel trailers, and fifth wheels. We'll see you on the lot.